Are you tired of gambling? Summoning on banners doesn't feel special to you anymore? How about a different form of gambling? What about betting? Specifically, horse betting. And the horses are anime girls. Have you ever played Umamusume, Pretty Derby, with your life on the line? This gacha game has been blowing up for the past few days, and it's all over every social media. I can't escape from it. Peeking through, this game can't be that serious and fun. I would even say that half of the cast of horses has undergone a lobotomy.
レーダー受信レーダー受信注意にトレーナー反応ありわっしゃいマンボウお祭りマンボウザブザブゆらゆらお祭りマンボウ
But I will be reviewing, rating, and overall giving my opinion on Umamusume Pretty Derby. Umamusume Pretty Derby was developed by Cygames, which also develops some of the series that I know of, Grand Blue Fantasy and Dragalia Lost. I first heard about Umamusume as an anime and wasn't aware that it had a game until a week later before global release. It did make me intrigued because TikTok was recommending some clips like this. Or this. Not knowing anything about the series, and was trying to find a casual gacha game after the death of Tribe 9 and its baseball mode, I decided to try Umamusume Pretty Derby. To anyone new to this game, I think the most popular question is, what is the gameplay? Well, there is none. Sorta. The main focus and what you will be spending 90% of the game on is in here, the career mode. You start by choosing any horse girl you have on your account. It doesn't matter too much which ones you choose, there are no meta horses, and just pick your favorite horse or horses. And I won't ask any questions or anything else. The rarity only increases your horse girl stats and improves their special skills, but I was able to make it to the finals with my 1-star horses. Just keep in mind the categories they thrive in. You want as possible to run their races when they have a rating of A or S on them. An A rating is usually the standard, and anything below that will negatively affect your performance in a race. Next is the legacy. This is the inheritance system. Right now, as a new player, you don't have enough legacy horses to field the horse girl you have chosen, but as you play the game and complete or incomplete a career, that horse becomes a legacy horse, and that will fuel future horses that you will use in the future. Your legacy horse, however, cannot be the same horse as the one you have right now, but your grandparent legacy horse can be. Parent legacy horses should also not be the same. The purpose of a legacy horse is that the horse you choose will inherit some skills and stats based on the legacy horse you have chosen. This is based on what the game calls it as sparks. You obtain sparks at the end of each career, and it's a random chance of what bonuses you can get and can pass down to future horses. This grind is kind of equivalent to relic or equipment hunting to find the perfect crit or speed stats. It's a pain. There is also an affinity system where having a circle grade is essentially good and can pass down more stats and skills. Lastly, before starting your career, you have the deck building or the cards. The cards are probably the most important thing in the career because depending on your deck, your performance of training and skills that can be obtained are based on these. This is where the meta talk and tier list comes from. I can tell you which ones are the best, but just go look it up. The cards are based on characters, notably horse girls, so you can't have any duplication of character cards in one deck. You also can't choose cards with the horse girl you have chosen. The reason for not allowing duplication for both parent legacy horses and cards will make sense later. Before moving on to the actual career, I will say one thing. You can follow other people and essentially borrow their displayed card and legacy horse girl. This means you can essentially have a crack legacy horse or a crack card that can help you in your career. Now you have entered the career. What do you do? Well, your task as a trainer is to train these horses. Wow, I couldn't guess that. The whole gameplay is basically you choosing which stat you want to train them. There is a balance, but you want to mainly focus on the first three, which is speed, stamina, and power. Speed is basically your top speed as how much that horse can go fast. Power is the acceleration, which is how fast you want to obtain that top speed. And stamina is of course to be able to sustain the speed and power you have. The other one's wits is how frequent you want your skills and abilities to activate, and guts... What the hell does guts even do? Look, Miss Secretary here tells you what the stats you need with the description if you did poorly on a race. But even searching online, there are some vague or unsure meanings behind some of it. Just focus on these three. Remember the cards? Yeah, each card has an icon with them which signifies the stat specialty. In the training section, they appear as characters in the cards, and they have special interactions and scenarios. Sometimes they trigger randomly and give you some benefits like skills and stat increase. There's also a red exclamation mark that appears, and doing training on that stat will trigger an event, giving you a skill. And last one is where you want to mainly focus on training, which are the bonds. Like bonds of friendship, because we are in an anime girl show, and just like any anime, the power of friendship can surpass anything. At the start of the career, you want as much as possible to increase the friendship bar of the cards you have by training on where they are situated on that day. Getting a high enough bond on said cards will activate a special training bonus, which signifies a rainbow. Doing training on that will make it a friendship training, giving you more points on that stat. Remember also why you can't have duplications on both cards and parent legacy horses? Because they appear in these scenarios. You can't have clones of yourself or others. That's weird. Even though the cards of said character are very fitted for them. Apart from training, there are also other aspects to the career before the race. Training requires energy, and rest will heal you for a random number. It does take a turn from your training, so you better plan wisely. There's also recreation, which boosts the mood of your horse girl, giving you better results in training and races. There's also the infirmary. Sometimes you gamble your energy on training just to achieve the perfect stats. But you get greedy and make your horse tired and fail, getting them in a bad mood. This is the purpose of the infirmary, to heal bad effects and conditions. Bad conditions also just happen randomly, which is bullshit. Now it's time for the races. Each horse has a set career path catered to them. You can check them out by clicking this thing. It shows the major races they need to attend and what placement they have to be in. These races are automatically scheduled and you are forced to race them. By checking the list of races, it's best to plan a strategy on how you will train your horses and what skills they need. Speaking of the skills, before each race you can buy skills from the ones you unlock during training with the scenarios. Yes, they are not unlocked during the scenarios and you have to buy them using skill points. You can get skill points during training, scenarios, and races. You can also buy skills before the day of the races. Before the race, there is a prediction tab where it tells you which parts of your training you are lacking. In my opinion, don't rely on this too much. You shouldn't follow this directly, but it's a good baseline for your next set of training. Next, you have the preparation. Here you can check your horses and other horses in the race. This includes their skills, stats, aptitudes, mood, and strategy. With your horse, you can change your strategy best fitted for the track or the skills you have. Then you can finally start the race. So I've been clicking buttons this entire time. What's the gameplay for the race? Nothing! You see, you just watch the races. With everything I told you so far, you might be wondering, how is this game fun? And how was it getting a lot of attention? Let me paint this scenario for you. Have you ever bet on a horse? Not just any horse. This horse is special. You have spent many months with them in training, bonding together, knowing more about them, giving them advice, being there when you need them, arguments, forgiveness. You are the closest person to them, and you want them to succeed and go far. You both put every effort you have for months just to reach this. And as you watch the race, you witness. It's not just me though. I think a lot of people share the same sentiment. Maybe not one-to-one, but it's the idea and principle. It's weird after saying all this. I say it's a fun game. It didn't have much gameplay, but I associate this more as a management type game. As something special, when you win a race, you even get a concert. This is also an idol anime. Why does this horse girl game have so much content? Okay, so it's horse racing, girls, and an idol. Oh my god. Is this happens? This is what happens every time they win? Oh my god, bro. Wait, is this based on like positions? Like, since I got first place, I'm the main singer, and these two are second and third. Oh my god, it is. It is. This game goes into depth, especially for new players. I don't think the tutorial is that great, but at the same time, my reading comprehension is probably worse than a first grader. What the fuck just happened? Okay, after that tutorial, I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know, I was hype. Might take a few tries to understand the whole game and even make it to the finals and win, because it does have a lot of concepts, and this review will not cover all of the things. So I recommend you search up a lot of things while playing the game. My only tip if you want an easy start and an easy win is to pick horses that have sprint or mile. You don't have to invest much on stamina and just fully invest on training speed. The one horse that can do this is none other than Apart from the career section, you also got a lot more things. There is the story mode, where you can check out the main story and other stories that focus on each specific horse girl. This is essentially watching a slice of life anime. An anime girl slice of life anime. You know what I'm talking about. You got your daily grind for materials, which are your daily races. These races give you gold, and these blue card currencies called support points for upgrades. These daily races, however, don't use energy, but rather they are limited by a certain amount of tickets per day. It is interesting that this is locked behind tickets, which means you can't spam this unless you refill it with other methods. The limit doesn't bother me, however, as you can easily get both of these currencies by doing career mode, and I don't level up my cards too often to waste these materials. This helps also as instead of using energy for these daily races, I can dump all of them into career mode. There's also the team trials, which is your ranking system that makes you set up a team to battle another player's team. The other players for this mode are not real. However, the other one does have real players. You make or find a lobby and you all watch and bet your horses. Look, I didn't bother with this one because I'm socially awkward, even though there's probably no talking involved and just racing. There are two types of banners that you can summon on, this being the character banner and the card banner. If you remember when I was talking about deck building, you would know which ones to prioritize. Compared to some gachas where it would be most ideal to summon new characters rather than their weapon or equipment, this game prioritizes you to get some good cards for your account rather than getting new horse girls. Having good cards is essentially making you get better stats in training, more bonuses during interactions, and even skills for races. As I said before, horse girls don't matter too much as you can essentially build anyone no matter what their starting rarity is and with enough investment. I do not like the gacha in this game for this reason. I came here to collect horse girls, not do card pack openings like I'm some Pokemon YouTuber. Your currency for this game is called carrots, cause get it? Carrots because they're gems and it's a nod to carrots, which horses like. Yeah, okay. There are two types of carrots in the game, being free and paid. There is a sort of pity in this game, which is based on points on how many times you summon on the banner. You accumulate these points and these do not carry over to future banners. However, these points are converted to clovers at the end of each banner. The clovers are another currency that can be exchanged for some items in the shop. In my opinion, these items are alright. Like, yeah, sure, let me accumulate 200 clovers in the span of different banners to get a single pull, which is not guaranteed. Rerolls are highly recommended for new players if you want a good starting account, but I didn't do that. I like the trash that was handed to me.
This is worthless.
The global release really blew up that I didn't expect. Like, I think I'm hearing more Umamusume content than Persona 5X. Well, to be fair, making the game region long for Southeast Asian servers for PC makes me want to commit Persona 3. Aside from that, in my opinion, I think Umamusume is a fun gacha game. They have been generous with rewards, and it seems we are rushing content to catch up to the Japanese servers that are ahead by 4 years or more. Who knows? Also, sure, some say there's not much gameplay in this game, and my gut tells me that this is not free-to-play friendly. But I don't play this game as much as some of the gacha games I play. I think this is a good game when you aren't doing too much, like maybe when chatting with your friends or on the bus on the way home. To be fair, maybe not that one. I wouldn't like the person beside me judging me for these types of games. But the thrill of watching the horse you trained so hard, getting so far to the finals, and eventually winning is the most cinematic experience I have in a gacha game.
上空には灰色の空が広がる阪神レース場。天気はなんとか持ちこたえ、両馬場の発表です。
天気持ってくれるといいですね。
1番人気はもちろんこの子、サイレンスカ2番人気を紹介しましょう。エアグルー、注目の子、グランプリウマ娘、ゴールドシップ、4枠8番での出走。
今の知らずデッドヒットに期待しましょう。
ここであったが100年目ロラトレーナーを逆すんぞオーラー
スタートです。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先頭争いはサイレンス鈴鹿5番11番。やはりサイレンス鈴鹿5番続いている。激しい先頭争い。少し後ろから11番内をついて。
何こっち見てんだお前。分かっちゃった。コルスちゃんの可愛さに見とれてたんでしょう。
さらに2番外ゴールドシップ内グラスワンダー、そして外目をつきましては16番、そしてその外12番内から行く3番10番最後方からのレースになりました。勢いようと先頭を行きます。5番ゴールショーの展開。
これからもお前にいろんな景色を見せてやるよ。だから2人で目指そうぜ。
シャワーバックハッピーに外から飛んできたのはゴールドシップ。ゴールドシップ追い込んでくる。ゴールドシップすごい足だ。残り200。ゴールドシップここで抜け出したゴールドシップ追い上げる。強い2番手争いはレイシングラッシュ。ハッピーに行く。勝ったのはゴールドシップ。最後意地を見せて A1 を手にしました。ゴールドシップ URA ファイナルズ決勝を制しました。今ここに優秀たちの頂点が
Editing Zeb here. Thank you for watching. This being my first review, I wasn't sure how to structure this video, and this was made really late. While editing back, I did have some few other points that I want to share, but I'll keep it short. Animations of characters were very expressive, so it was entertaining to watch the horse girls do their scenarios. I also never figured out the other card type, which is called PAL, that focuses on actual friendship bonding, I think. I do plan on making more reviews, especially to the gacha games I have played, and will try to deliver them in a faster pace. I do hope you enjoy, and leave a like and a comment. Also, go subscribe with the notification to not miss my next video. I have said too much, so take this gold chip.
Bye.